Roll the coin. We know the truth now here. Roll the coin. Galil at the gun. I love you and I'm in love with you. I'm going live today to talk to some of my people about, did you guys watch Roll the Coin Part 2? And I want to get some feedback from y'all, man. Gad, what's up? Priscilla, what's up? I want to get some feedback from y'all. What topics are very important to the people, so I can put different things in the documentary that people want to know. So what topics do you guys think are good topics to talk about? Because right now I'm kind of going through from the mound building culture up into Samaria and Egypt and Asia and stuff like that. So what topics do you guys think is good topics to talk about? And I want y'all to put that on the comments of the videos, or put it in the comments of the lives, so I can touch on some of these topics that people are real interested about and that they want to learn about, so I can add that to the documentary, Roll the Coin. And like I say, it's gonna be Carl Macon, what's up? Mound Builder Mancy, what's up? Anna Story. This documentary might have 25 to 30 parts, people. It's so much history. Like, when I try to go through this stuff, I don't even know where to start or begin. It's just so much stuff that they have lied about, and so much stuff that we, that they cover up from America, that go along with the rest of the history in the Middle East and Africa and China and stuff like that. But if there are any topics that you guys want to talk about, y'all start putting it in the comments, or start putting it in the comments on live, and we'll do that. How the stars align with the mounds. Yeah, see, that's what I've been doing, Priscilla, on the first 2 episodes. The mound is important, right? The mound is important because that goes along with the creation story. See, the Cushites and the Egyptians are very important to our history, people, because the Cushites and the Egyptians have a lot of history still wrote on the wall that they didn't destroy. You see what I'm saying? So that's why Egypt and Kush are so pivotal to us learning our history, because after it evolved for thousands of years, they are the only civilization left that you can actually still get some of the ancestors' teachings, because things were built so elaborately on the Nile that they didn't tear it all down, so you still can get history out of Egypt and Nubia and Kush. You see what I'm saying? Now in America, it's hard to get the history because all of it has been taken. It's in private collections, it's in museums, the mounds are tore down. The star alignment is not there no more because they tore down the mounds that go along with the star alignment. So Egypt is very, very important to our history. Like, I'm not when I talk about the knowledge came from America to Egypt, that is true, but Egypt is the only spot in the world where we still can find a lot of our ancestors' real teachings that has started turning into different things, but it's not all gone. We can actually see some of it. You see what I'm saying? So that's why Egypt is so important. And so the mound goes along with the primordial waters in the primordial mound, right? Our culture started building mounds because that goes along with the creation story. The water recedes, a pyramid type mound pops up, and some type of life in nature start coming out around this mound, and that is the creation story. So our first culture started building mounds to go along with the creation story. You see what I'm saying? That's why the mounds are so important. That's how I know the mounds are older than the pyramids and temples, because they talk about the ancestors evolving from mounds, out of the ground, out of the earth, from mounds. So that's why they put the dead back in the mound, because from the earth you came, and from the earth you go back. So they bury you in the mound. They go along with the creation story. Now, Southeast Native Americans were melanated giants. Please tell us more. A timeline of some sort would help people understand. Okay, Anna Story. Great question. Great question. Great question. Now, Southeastern Indians are descendants from mound builders. It's hard to give you a timeline of when mound builders started building mounds. But if I have to give you a timeline, I'm gonna say around, and I might be wrong, because this is a hard topic. You know, I don't like to tell my people no lies, but the farther I went back to mounds in America, I got back to around 20,000 years ago, right? I got back to around 20,000 years ago with mounds, right? So somewhere in this timeline of 20,000 years ago, they figured out the star alignment, and they figured out how to harvest crops, and they put it all together for ancient teachings, right? They figured out about the Sirius, Orion, and the Pleiades, the different zodiacs. All of that goes along with the harvest, the crops. So the first culture that I see on the face of the earth is the mound builders of North America, building mounds with Haru ideology, with the Birdman, with the underground panther, with the panther. They go along with all these teachings of different civilizations. So when we see the Mississippian with the underground panther, that is the same teaching as the Olmec with the were jaguar. So that shows the Mississippian is the ancestor of the Olmec, because Mississippian are the first culture I see with the underground panther. That is the were jaguar. It's the same thing the Olmecs had, but it's older with the mounds, right? So, Roll the Coin Part 3, I'm showing the were jaguar, the Haru ideology, and I'm showing the underground panther, right? Also, the piazza bird, well, they call it the piazza, but it's the horse looking with the man head with the wings. That is ancient Mississippian culture. You see it in the Anunnaki culture with the horse, with the man head with the wings. That is the same ideology. That is mound builder knowledge. It just evolved. They try to make it alien knowledge. That's an agriculture deity, right? Agriculture, the piazza bird. Check that out. That's the one on the side of the Mississippi River that the YT people had redone it, but it's on the Mississippi Bluff River in Illinois. Piazza bird. It's gonna be in Part 3. Y'all check out Part 3 when I drop it later today. But yes, Hebrew tablets are in the mounds. All of the teachings come from mound builders. The Hebrew teaching, the star alignment, the agriculture, the mounds aligning with stars, all of that come from mound builders, people. That's how I know the culture started in America, because we have the oldest mounds aligned with stars, with Paleo-Hebrew, with copper armor. All of that stuff go together. And this stuff, it might be older, Anna Story, because prehistoric people were giants. Prehistoric people were giants, Anna Story. So I don't want to give you no fake, no false information. I'm gonna stick with 20,000 years, but it might be way older than that. But it's hard to prove that without, real science of, you got the bone in your hand with real science with scientists. It's hard to prove how old it is, but it could be way older than that. Could be way older. I could be way off. But for my research, it goes back around 15, 20,000 years ago. When the supreme knowledge. Now, I'm not saying man was on the earth. Man on the earth way longer than that. But when when God consciousness popped out, the mounds popped out. You see what I'm saying? So I'm starting history with the God consciousness of star alignments, mounds, agriculture, raising herds of cattle, burying our people elaborately in mounds. That's when the God conscious, like they had evolved to become the most intelligent people on the face of the earth. Around 20,000 years ago. Because Egypt is only 5,000 some years old, people. And that's after, and that is the epitome of evolving over time. So all that stuff Egypt talking about, it came from here. Osiris, the green man, the resurrection with the corn, all of that. They call Osiris the corn god in ancient times. All that come from here. It didn't come from there. The Haru ideology of the star alignment with the Sirius star with the falcon, all that come from here. The falcon come from here. We got ancient things coming out of the mounds with the falcon still on the face of the Mississippian. The Mississippian got the falcon tattooed over his eye, representing the morning star. I'm gonna put that on part 3 of Roll the Coin. You're gonna see it. So it's showing you that these people were enlightened with all of the knowledge that Egypt had, but way before they had it. So this is where it came from. All that's gonna be in part 3. All of the symbolism, all of the artifacts with the Mississippian with the star alignments on their face. These people had the star alignments on their face, tattooed, people. This stuff was serious. These are not no natives. These are melanated ancient culture that knew God's knowledge of the universe and the earth. And they try to dumb it down like it's Native American mounds, but it's not. So anything y'all want me to put in the Roll the Corn documentary, put it in the comments. Or if you have any questions, put it in the comments. Drop it in the comments. See, let me explain something. When this knowledge is in mound form, Mexico, what's up? When this knowledge is in mound form, right? They overlook it. They act like it's nothing. They act like just because it's a mound, it doesn't have the significance as a pyramid. But to be honest with you, this is the origin of the pyramid. So the mound is way more important than the pyramid because the mound evolved to a pyramid. I don't understand why they're hiding all this info. Ebony Johnson, good comment. They are hiding this info. They are hiding this info because they do not want melanated people to know that they were on this landmass for thousands of years, people. They want you to think you're from Africa. They want you to think you never had no connection to the land. They want you to think your ancestors didn't build nothing great over here because you was never here. They want to claim the land and the glory of God's land. The Egyptians called Tamari God's land, the land of the ancestors, the land of milk and honey. This is the most fruitful land on the face of the earth, people. A lot of the earth is desert. A lot of the earth is barren. It don't have nothing. Um, if you can prove that your ancestors been here for thousands and thousands of years, that trumps the government. That trumps people getting rich off your land, people taking your tobacco fields, corn fields, crop fields. Is hidden because if we find out the truth, it takes the wealth from the colonizer and gives the wealth back to the original people of the land. That's what it's about. We passed that I'd be showing that so-called Native American history, they aren't truly from Siberia. They are truly from Siberia. Native Americans come from all type of places, bro. Siberia, Asia, China, all type of places. They come from all type of places, bro. So Native American bloodline has been mixed with so many different places that you really can't point it out. They Mongolians, they ancient Huns bloodline, Asians, Siberians. They are all type of bloodlines. So it really don't even matter because ain't none of them from here. So I see the correlation with Egyptian deities and how bird-head man, Haru, was before them, evident in Sumerian relief carvings. Sumerians worship gods An, Enki, and Enlil. An, let me explain the Sumerian and the Egyptian part, right? An is the shepherd of Anu. An is the shepherd of Anu, right? Anu is Orion's belt. Simple. Anu is Orion's belt, the center of the star alignment of the mound builders. See what I'm saying? The Anunnaki knowledge is all mound builder knowledge, but they make it space knowledge, but it's really melanated ancient cultures, mound builders knowledge. Simple. Okay. Enki is like a part of the equation of the star correlation. I wish I can pull up my receipts on YouTube. I got to get my receipts on YouTube. I'm sorry about that, y'all. But Enki is nothing but a star correlation of the Haru ideology, right? Enki is just some come out the sky of a movement of a star or something like that. I'm gonna have to show you the tablet, the Sumerian tablet to explain this to you. The Sumerians got the same harvest alignment. Sumerians got the same harvest alignment as Egyptians, as mound builders, people. They are us, regular people who built mounds, rolled corn over there on the Euphrates with the star alignment, already advanced, more advanced. They were more advanced than hunter-gatherers. When the advanced civilization of Earth go to a hunter-gatherer area, they make them out to be gods. They suck in everything that they are teaching because they are more advanced than them. Now, let me go back to that question. Lady Promise, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. The bird-head man, Haru. Okay. Haru started with the morning star. In the mound builders, they all see the ancient culture used animals that was around at the time to represent stars. So you got to understand it. The Haru bird ideology comes from the falcon. The mound builders attached it with the falcon, right? That's not Egyptian knowledge. Ain't no falcon in Egypt. the falcon is from America. So when you see the eye motif, you see the eye motif on the ancient mound builders artifacts. You ever seen an artifact of a bird man with the celestial cross with the eye motif? The eye motif is Haru ideology. That is morning star ideology, right? The falcon eye. You see what I'm saying? That is the morning star. That's the Sirius star. So we are the first culture to put a name in an animal on the morning star, right? So we got to understand it. It went to other places and then it became Horus. Because we got Birdman, they found in Birdman tablets with Birdman with the celestial cross all through the mounds, all over the southeast and the Midwest, Atlantic coast. Go back and look at the artifacts. So I'm putting this in part 3. This is in part 3 of Roll the Coin. So y'all be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna drop it tonight or tomorrow. I'm dropping 2 or 3 of them a week because I gotta put all this information out I got with my receipts. But the celestial cross is Sirius, right? Orion's belt in the middle, Pleiades at the bottom. So when they do it like this, it's a celestial cross. That's what that means when they holding the cross up, ancient mound builders. That is star alignments. It's not a regular religious cross. So the Heru ideology started here, moved to South America, Central America, then it went to Africa, right? All of these cultures were doing the same things. They just named it different things to throw you off. Sumerians were building mounds called tails. Same thing as a mound over here. Egyptians were building mounds called mastabas. Mastaba, Egyptian mound. Same thing as over here. But they try to separate it as if it's not all the same culture moving around the world. But that culture came from here because the oldest form of that teaching and mounds are found in America. Good question. Great question. An is just like Osiris. Any more questions, put it in the comments. Or anything y'all want me to put in Roll the Coin, let me know. And I try to add that in so people can learn certain things. Because there's so many aspects of this knowledge that I want to get some questions from you guys. Cat Williams just bought a mound. Really? I didn't know that, Roxanne. That's what's up. He been watching We Know the Truth now. The mound is our ancient ancestors' culture on this landmass, people. Everybody's starting to figure it out. But when I was saying this a couple of years ago, then nobody, they didn't believe me. They thought it was Native American until I showed them that those mounds are aligned just like Egypt. Cahokia is aligned just like Egypt. With all the information you have, isn't that enough to return? Isn't that enough to return to us? See, I'm a special case. You see what I'm saying? My knowledge, y'all know my knowledge, but it's millions of people still watching Billy Carson, leading them the wrong way. It's millions of people still watching 19 Keys. It's millions of people still watching Joe Rogan. It's millions of people still watching Anunnaki alien information, watching alien information. True enough, I'm touching a lot of people, but I haven't touched enough people to get this to the point to where we can return to our greatness. Because a lot of people don't understand. They think the history started in the Middle East in Egypt. But a lot of people don't understand this stuff. So that's why I'm trying to put out this documentary so people can start understanding where this stuff come from. So y'all share these videos. Y'all put anybody on it who want to acquire some of this knowledge, send them my way. And we just got to build this up because my platform is big, but right now I'm not even on TikTok, but it's reaching people faster than I thought it was, but a lot of people don't know this stuff. We got to teach our own people. You're exactly right, Paul. A lot of our people are lost listening to all of this crazy stuff every day, but it's real. This stuff really came through our people. This is not mythology. This is real facts of our people building grand things and grand knowledge, and they're giving it away to different beings and different, cultures. Yeah, solid evidence gets mocked every day. I get mocked every day about evidence. People are always saying that the corn did not build Egypt and Samaria. That's a lie. It's a lie. Corn built both of those civilizations. Corn even built the Chinese civilization with the pyramids. Corn built all of it. To have enough people eating and being well nourished at that time in history, giving people energy, and they're teaching them knowledge. See, the knowledge came with the corn. There people don't understand. The knowledge came with the agriculture. You bring the knowledge with the agriculture, and great civilizations pop out hundreds of years later. Because now they know the teachings of it. Now they know how to do it, pass the information down to the next generation. Now it starts a whole generation of knowledgeable people that know how to do things. Right? So anybody got any questions about Roll the Corn Part 2? And anything you guys want me to add into the documentary that you want to learn that's very interesting to our people, and I will add that to the documentary. Because I'm going to put it all together when I'm done. Or any questions you got, and I'll see what I can, might take one of those questions and add it to the documentary. What's the documentary about? The documentary is about where does our ancestors start with the knowledge, with the Enlightenment knowledge. Where did it start? Where did all this stuff come from? What kind of people they were? What did they build? What was the original teachings that our people done on the land? That's what it's about. Roll the Corn is about when did the agriculture and the star alignment and the knowledge of the harvest come about with our people, and where did it come from? It didn't come from outer space. It came from people on the earth, right? So with my research, the knowledge is coming from the Mississippi Valley to around North America, to down to South America, over to Africa. Mound building cultures going through China and Asia and Mesopotamia. This is what this is about. Roll the Corn is the real history of the melanated people of America civilizing the world. That's what the fuck Roll the Corn is about. That's what it's about. So start watching it, and I'm gonna lead you up to the whole truth of how history is a lie, and how all the knowledge came from right here on this landmass. Do you know the Hopi stories about corn and God giving it to the people? Yes, yes, yes. The Hopi Indians are descendants from the Anasazi, right? The Anasazi are the people who was in the Grand Canyon with all these Egyptian style artifacts, right? They try to act like the Anasazi is connected to Egypt, but they not. They are the first people to do Egyptian style statues and artwork and things like that in the Grand Canyon, in the Southwest. This is really the first. Those people descend from the Mississippian mound builders, the Anasazi, right? Those are the first people to do that style of artifact, buried with the crook and the flail, stonework, masonry, beautiful statues, living in the desert with one river, Those are the people who are the ancestors of Cushites. Then Cushites mixed in with Egyptians. And Egyptians took our teachings and knowledge and kept it going. But them people, the Anasazi, or descendants from the Mississippian culture, they are the cliff dwellers. They are the people who put the black soil in the four corners in the Southwest. They are the people who done the pilgrimage to the four corners where corn rolled in the middle of the desert. They didn't supposed to be there. That's where they get Mecca from. The pilgrimage to Mecca came from the pilgrimage of Makkah. The pilgrimage of Makkah is the pilgrimage to the cornfields in the southwest of North America. That's where they get that from. Mecca has a black box. It really stands for the black soil. So in the four corners in the southwest, it's black soil right there. And there were roads built to that area coming from different areas of North America. And they still use these roads today. Road of corn. So we got to understand that the Hopi Indian got his teachings from the Anasazi. The Anasazi are descendants from the mound builders, Mississippians. And now you understand where all these cultures come from with this beautiful teaching and this beautiful knowledge, right? So we got to start tracing back where these cultures come from. Olmecs come from the Mississippian culture. Olmecs got the word jaguar. The Mississippians got the underwater panther, people. It's the same thing. But the Mississippian culture underwater panther is older than the jaguar. Now people, it's older than the word jaguar. Now people who think they know a lot of knowledge, they try to give it to the Tuttle She, or they try to give it to some other type of group in South America. But that ain't where they come from. See, they're not deep enough. It's not Tuttle She knowledge. That knowledge came from the North American mound builder. They are the first people with the X. They are the first people with the panther as ideology. They are the first people with the plumed serpent. The plumed serpent started in North America, people. I got the receipts. Check out part 3, you're going to see it. This stuff don't come from South America. It went to South America, then it went around the world, right? The panther, the plumed serpent, the piazza, the celestial cross, the star alignment for the harvest. All of that come from North American mound builders, and I can show you that. Quetzalcoatl is the plumed serpent, but they don't come from Mexico. They evolved and got to Mexico. I got mound builders with plumed serpents coming out of mounds in Ohio, Michigan, Mississippi, everywhere. So now we are starting to understand the ancient prehistoric culture of the mound builders of Canada area in North America, or is the most ancient, knowledgeable civilization on the face of the earth. And the descendants of those people became all these other cultures. That's what I aim to teach. Right? But Casey Macon, old mixed Mayan saw the jaguar in North America. We saw the Ursa Major, the bear. You right, but at the same time, ancient mound builder culture got the jaguar too. They got the jaguar too, bro. They got the jaguar too. Look up the panther tablet, the jaguar tablet. I'm trying to think what state it started in, but we had the jag too. But see, the jag got something to do with the underworld. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's called the underwater panther. Look up the underwater panther of the Mississippian culture. That's the first panther in ideology from cultures. So I want people to understand that all this stuff come from somewhere older than them. That's fire. Look it up. But it's going to be on part 3. It's going to be on part 3, people. I got all the symbolism dropping on We Roll the Coin Part 3. Yes, you're right. Underworld is the star sitting under the horizon. You're right. The stars they turned their star alignment to a panther. It's under the horizon. That means it's the underworld. You're exactly right, Casey Maker. Just like this line right here. Underworld. This is the light. This is the dark. If the star alignment of the panther is under the horizon, it's in the underworld. If Horus is up here, the Sirius morning star, he is the light. Everything under the light, under the horizon is the dark side, and this is the light side. That's how we go. That's how we go. You're exactly right, Casey. That's why they got the story of Apep and Horus. Apep is on the dark side, under the horizon. Horus, the bird man or the falcon, is on the light side. It's the battle between light and dark. We got stories of that in North American mound builders. The Egyptians got the whole story. Apep against Horus is the light and the dark story of the horizon. There's fire. We done that over here. We have a mound complex way up there in North America. They got Apep, Horus, the X in the center of the universe, all in one spot on the ground. I got to go through that on the documentary. You're right. And they use that to make it like it's evil or it's some type of the underworld is Satan and all that. But it's the dark. It's before the sun rises. That is the dark cycle. When the sun rises, whatever is showing when the sun rises is the light cycle start. So that's where they come from. Darth Vader is the dark cycle. Luke the Skywalker is the son of the light cycle. They make it in the whole movies. We don't even know what we're looking at, but that's where they get the ideology from. Right? Any more questions or whatever y'all want to see in the documentary, throw it in the comments. But right now I'm going through Haru, the Birdman stuff, the Underwater Panther, the Piazza bird, which became the Anunnaki bird, Anunnaki horseman, because it went all the way down to South America, then it went over there. That's why it looked the same. That's why the Peru artifacts are looking just like Anunnaki artifacts, because it left there and went over there. We just rolled the coin over there with our old knowledge. They got the knowledge and they treated it like it was new, because Africa in the Middle East is really the new world, people. They switched the whole thing around. The old world is America. The new world is Africa in the Middle East. But they do not want me to teach that. They want us to think that Jerusalem is the old world. It's not. Jeru comes from Haru. Jeru is a word that comes from Haru. Haru was first. So Jerusalem is not the first place with their teaching. Jerusalem was the first place with their teaching. So anything with the J with Jaru is not the original place of their knowledge, people. It was bought there. Roll the coin. Are the Israelites of the Bible from here or the New World? That's a good question. The Israelite teaching comes from a star alignment. Isis and Ra, right? There's still the harvest alignment. See, people don't understand it. Isis is the Pleiades, Ra the sun. Israel is really like a star. It's a teaching. It's a teaching of Sun, Sirius, Orion, Pleiades, right? They call them Israelites because they are teaching this to people to grow crops. You are teaching the star alignment to people who don't know it. And so they call these people Israelites, right? That teaching of Israel, the star alignment, came from America. Now, when it got to when it got to the Middle East and Egypt and all of that, it started to turn, and the bloodlines started to get mixed, and they still used it, but it's not the original teachings. So let me explain. The people in the Bible, most likely, most of them are talking about American knowledge, right? Most of them are talking about American knowledge. Israel and Jerusalem is the second coming of the teachings of our ancestors on that side of the world. So the Bible is written from that side of the world, so it gives credit to that side of the world. It don't give credit to where it really came from, right? That's why Jesus is the Son of God, Ra, Haru, Jesus, Isis, Orion, and Isis, right? Isis is kind of like the Virgin Mary. So let me give you something to study. Y'all study this. Y'all study this right here. Study this. Study this. Summer solstice. Ra aligns with Sirius, aligns with Orion, and it aligns with the Pleiades, right? That is the Immaculate Reception. Isis is the Virgin Mary. That is the Immaculate Conception, all out of the sky. So when it lights up, that is the all-seeing eye. In align in the June, in the summer solstice, and they turned this stuff into religion. So we got to understand that Haru got the same story as Jesus. You're exactly right, Anna story. The three kings is Orion's belt. The three kings is Orion's belt. Haru is the Sirius, and then you have the sun. That is the three kings of Jesus. It's the same thing. It just turned into mythology, right? I'm gonna have to break that down in one of the documentaries too. It's a lot of information with that, but that's exactly where they come from. It went from Haparu to Haru to Jeru to Christianity with Jesus, right? It went through so many phases that it's hard to just put this information all together in a one sitting. You got to go through a whole list of receipts, but that's what that's all about. But the teachings of the Israel or the Israelite people comes from the real old world, America. The mound builders were the original so-called Hebrews. They got all the Paleo-Hebrew writings. They got all the copper armor. They got all the teachings of the star alignment. These people are really everything in history, the mound builders. They became everything. The Hebrews, the Anunnaki, they became the Cushites, they became all type of different names. See, the names are throwing you off, but it's the same teaching throughout all of these people. Roll the coin. Any more questions, any more comments? And I'm gonna drop part 3 tonight. Roll the coin part 3 dropping tonight. I appreciate all y'all support. You know I love you with all my heart, and I'm in love with you. We all we got. Appreciate y'all for sharing the information on different sites and sending it to people and stuff like that, because we gotta start looking at this information from the right perspective to understand it. I'll be in Colorado about another 2 weeks, Paul. Be in Colorado about another 2 weeks. Foreigner Style, what's up? Roll the corn. Mounds are all over Colorado too, people. Mounds are just upside the street. Mounds is just all over Colorado. Colorado was an ancient place. Colorado got real live, huge pyramid mounds right off the side of the highway. Like, for real, like crazy. So it's just, you know. But any other thing I want to talk about? Thank you, Ebony. Check out the state capitol in Denver, Colorado. Yeah, I was down there yesterday. I'm going back out there today, Paul. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. That's exactly where the knowledge is. Downtown Denver. Roll the corn. It's right there. Yes, I saw numerous mounds since I've been here. Numerous mounds, Paul. They everywhere, bro. The landfill out here in Denver. The landfill where the trash goes, that's a huge mound. Yes, I gotta come to Pinson Mounds in Tennessee, Nancy. Gotta go to Pinson Mounds in Tennessee. Gotta go to Pinson Mounds. Yeah, mounds in Kentucky. Yeah, Tennessee, everywhere. You can't really map them out, but all these places got lots and lots of mounds. All these places. And that's our culture. Yeah, man, so I have to send you my email. I have to send you my email. Yep. But anything y'all want to see in Roll the Coin documentary, put it in the chat or put it on the video as a comment so I can add that information to the stuff I'm already doing, because all of this stuff go together. It just depends on what you're talking about and when it comes into the equation of the answer of these things. Thank you for breaking me loose from Carson Chaos. Know of any mounds in the earth? Eastern Virginia, North Carolina. North Carolina Tar Heels campus is on an ancient spot. Texas mounds, yep. Caddo mounds. What you got on the star for it, Casey? Throw me something in the chat. Yeah, Billy Carson is gonna lead you the wrong way, man. This usurp knowledge, this Arab knowledge. Those are the people who took the mound builders' knowledge and made it something else. The original design is a turtle of the star forts. That's crazy. I got to get back on TikTok so I can see what you're talking about, bro. They got to get me back on there, man. Yeah, they look like vibrations for sure. It looked like some type of vibration from the earth, and they just built a mound around it. They all underground. Yeah, man. See, this the thing right here, bro. And I hate to talk about this, but I gotta talk about it. A lot of people, the ancestors are getting at a lot of people. They getting at them mentally. They getting at them life Bad things are starting to happen. The consciousness is growing so fast that it's bypassing people's knowledge. And then the ancestors are putting horrible things in these people's lives. You can see it. And I don't even be on TikTok no more, but I can just feel it. Like some of these people who are trying to teach my people are having a hard time because the ancestors are putting extra pressure on these people who are lying about our history. Billy Carson, all these other people teaching all this space knowledge and Anunnaki and all this stuff. You know, they're not linking it back to the original people of the earth. They're catching hell out here, bro. I'm feeling better and more powerful every day. They catching hell. They talking about stuff that don't even matter no more. They just trying to be seen. You know what I'm saying? And this stuff is powerful information. So if you use it wrong and you put it out to the people in the wrong manner for so long, that you become an enemy of the teachers of our ancestors, and they make you pay. They make you pay because you put monetary value over teaching the truth, and that is not virtuous. Only the virtuous can teach this information, people. Somebody who read a book think they know everything just can't teach it the right way because you're not linked to it. Only the virtuous can teach this information. So if you lying, if you're not virtuous, it's coming, bad things are happening. And I hate to say this, but I got to tell the truth because we got to keep it real. Bad things were happening to these teachers that was on the internet trying to teach, and they started getting egos and putting out information that is not linking to the original source. And bad things start happening. People start going to jail. People start like they mind slipping. Y'all know who I'm talking about. These mind gone, going to jail. Locking themselves in the house and bro, this stuff is powerful. Breaking down crime. This stuff is powerful, bro. Don't play with the knowledge of the people of the earth, bro. I'm telling you, this stuff is way bigger than you. You cannot use it to get paid off of it, and you're not willing to go the extra mile to teach your people the truth because you are deceiving your own people, and the ancestors know that, and they put the power in your life. Now you're around here about crazy, about to go to a mental ward because they done just fried you. You fried. I'm in the top 250 people of black people all the time. Evan, I really appreciate that, bro. That means a lot to me, bro. People frying out here, bro. They frying, bro. Okay, let me ask y'all a question. Lately, look at the couple of people who are teaching, right? A couple of people who are teaching. And like I'm saying, I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. I'm just telling y'all from what I see. Because this stuff is powerful, and people who teaching it, I hold these people to a high regard. If you're not on a high regard, I hold you to a high standard because you are teaching my people something that they take along to their children. This is powerful information, right? So I hold you a high regard. That's why I speak on people. I don't speak on people to be on no hating stuff or nothing like that. I speak on people because you are supposed to be held to a higher standard to be a teacher of ancient knowledge, right? Okay. Some people are hopping on the internet teaching aliens are the first people to hit this earth, and then it evolved into mound builders. That is not true. It's not true, bro. It's a fairy tale story. So I don't care who you are, that's not true. The people come from the earth. All that AI technology making all these alien cultures coming down to the earth, that is the mark of that's the mark of the beast. That's not the truth. That's fairy tale, Cinderella ass story, people. It's not true. Did nobody come from Nibiru. Did nobody come from the Pleiades. Did nobody come from no goddamn outer space shuttle and landed here and taught nobody nothing. The people, our melanated people, are a reflection of the planet Earth. That's why you live here so easily. You are from this planet. So when people teach that out of the gate, they are already fried. Can't teach me nothing else. Can't teach me nothing else. If you are on the internet talking about some trash that went on at your establishment every day to get a view, that's trash, bro. Nobody care, bro. Nobody cares, bro. Fuck that shit, bro. It's small things to big things, right? People are just out here trying to get seen and trying to be, using things that go along in regular everyday life to be seen or to get some content out of it, or that shit petty that we know the truth now. It's petty. It's small potatoes, bro. So it's starting to look like the ancestors are just separating the people at this point. I'm not on the same level as people like that no more. Right? Because I cannot I got things that go on in my life every day, and I cannot put that into the real teachings of our ancestors, because their teaching is mightier than my mishap in life. Like, this is not a cartoon show where I show y'all my little mishap every day. It's bigger than that. See, people are bringing the knowledge back down to petty stuff, talking about petty things because that's all they got to talk about. It's fried. It's over. Right? There we go. There we go. Put a 2 in the chat if you hear me. Give me a 2. Give me a 2 if you hear me. Okay. Now, if you don't see, it's cool to get on the internet and try to push knowledge, but the part of the game that people don't understand is you got to be virtuous to do this. If you're not gonna do it virtuous and put this stuff back into the control and hands of our real people, over time you fry yourself. Because now you're talking about stuff that ain't got nothing to do with ancient culture. Now you're talking about dolphins and bird head men and aliens and now you're talking about Nibiru and now you're talking about mythology because you ran out of information. And when you do that, the ancestors make you pay. The ancestors make you pay when it happened. That's what happens. I've seen it too many times. If you are chasing clout and you get up here and agree with something that's not real, the ancestors are going to make you pay. Keep chasing clout. keep wanting to be a friend with Billy Carson just because he got a following. I don't want to be his friend. I wouldn't give a damn if he had 100 billion teaching Anunnaki knowledge. I don't care nothing about that. You are still an enemy of the ancestors. Material things do not overtake your ancestry's teachings. It ain't gonna happen, bro. I'm not here to make no friends. I'm not here to the virtuous don't let money lead them anyway. The truth leads the virtuous. The truth is taught through the virtuous. Money leads hunter-gatherers, right? Give me a 2 if you hear me. Give me a 2 if you hear me. Give me a 2 if you hear me. Money leads hunter-gatherers. The truth can't be, you can't substitute the truth for your own personal gain. You cannot substitute the ancestral truth for your own personal gain. You are going to pay on this earth. I'm telling you, you're going to pay. You better go learn the whole truth and teach it the right way, or you're going to forever be on the bad side of the ancestors. Roll the coin. It ain't even about money coming and going, K-Switch. It's about if you are using false information to reel our people. If you are leading our people the wrong direction, ancestors gonna get you. That's all I gotta say. Ancient alien teaching, you're going the wrong direction. Ancient alien teachings are going the wrong direction. All of y'all gonna get y'all issue. Every one of y'all who teach it. All you Muslims teaching Anunnaki, all you YT people teaching all that ancient alien teachings, y'all are gonna have a problem on this earth because you are going against the original people of the earth. They got power, a lot of power. It's coming. Stop talking about what you see somebody else's future gonna have and talk about what future you see about yourself. Don't be talking about Donald Trump gonna get his issue. You're gonna get yours too. Because you're using mythology still, and it's, I'm telling you, it's coming. Roll the coin. Any more questions? Any more questions? Throw it in the chat. Roll the coin, part 3, coming soon, tonight or tomorrow. We got to get back to the original stuff, man. We got to get back to it. Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it. We got too much information. We got too many sources to get the truth. We know too much. We got to put it all back together the way it was put together a long time ago and understand it. And we move from there. But we cannot let hunter-gatherers teach us nothing else. We can't. Melanated or not. If you're teaching hunter-gatherer information, I got to the point now, I don't care how you look. I don't care how you look. If you're teaching hunter-gatherer information, you are, see what I'm, you see that? You see that? You see that power right there? That's crazy. Do you see that? Hold on. You see that? You see how the lights went out? And I'm in a hotel. This stuff is powerful, man. Stop playing. It happened right at the right time. That's crazy right there. That's crazy, but that's the truth. That's the truth. So if you play with this information, things happen and you can't control it because you got to, they will show, see what I'm saying? See? Roll the coin. Keep playing. Keep playing. You're going to be fried out in the mental institution. Instead of talking about Nibiru. That's how they operate. That's how this stuff operate. Right? That's crazy. That just proved the point right there. Things happen, weird shit, when you play with the Ancestral. All that making up shit on top of your head, trying to give it to people, you playing. Can't do that. You cannot do that. Roll the coin. I love y'all. I'm in love with you, man. Part 3 of Roll the Coin coming. Anybody want anything they want me to add to the documentary and the knowledge, put it in the chat. If it ain't real, I ain't teaching it. If I ain't got no real artifact, no real mound, no real bones, no real teachings, no real murals on the wall, I ain't teaching it if it don't come from that. If it don't come from the dirt and where our ancestors built these things at, and if it don't come from what we created, I'm not teaching it. Simple. Never will. Till I leave this place, I'm not teaching it. Because one thing about the truth is, you got to be able to prove it. I can't tell y'all nobody flew down from Nibiru and made nobody no being smarter. I can't tell you that because I can't prove that. I can't prove that. How I'm gonna prove that? Just because our ancestors are talking about star alignments don't mean they're from the stars. It might just be observing the stars from Earth. You gotta look at it both ways. And through my knowledge and research, it looked like we were looking at the stars from Earth. So I gotta go off all facts, bro. I cannot teach from a deity that I know my people created. I gotta teach you what the deity stands for so you can understand what all of it means. You can't just get one part of the story. You can't just get Anu, the shepherd of Anu, the god of the Anunnaki, and then I not tell you that is a star alignment of Orion. It all go together. So now you understand the whole thought process of Anu and the Anunnaki, which comes from star alignments, right? Just like Osiris is Orion. You got to understand it. So, depth of mythology, because mythology is cultural assimilation. It takes away from the power of the people who created it by giving you a Hollywood story. And our ancestors are not a fucking Hollywood story. They are real people with real knowledge all over this earth. And it took them a long time to create this knowledge and make us better beings and better, living conditions on this earth with math and science and astrology and things like that. So I just want to tell y'all that, man. I love y'all and I'm in love with you. Roll the Coin. Part 3 coming real soon. I'm working on it today. And I hate I'm not on TikTok, but I'm going to get back fast as I can. Because I know y'all, it's a lot of hunter-gatherer stuff going on TikTok. I already know. Matter of fact, what's been going on TikTok, y'all? Tell me what's been going on TikTok. Because I know it's some hunter-gatherer. I know it. I feel it. What's been going on TikTok? Roll the coin. The deportation, yeah. Trump is heavy on that. They still arguing about Native American culture, back and forth call making. They still want to argue with natives. Still want to talk about the Africans. ain't no use of how people going back and forth with Native Americans and Africans, bro. Why? It's hunter-gatherer. They say we going back to Africa. Who said that? I got to get back on TikTok, bro. That's crazy right there. Who said we're going back to Africa? No, I'm not. It's a hunter-gatherers arguing. Bro, I'm not arguing with no native and I'm not arguing with no African, bro. I can't do it. Now, every now and then I'll tear one of their head off, but waking up in the morning and argue with a hunter-gatherer is crazy work. You got to be a hunter-gatherer to argue with them every day. Who finna argue? Don't argue with fools, man. People from a distance can't tell who is who. Let me say that again. Never argue with a fool, because people from a distance can't tell who is who. That means they can't tell which one of y'all the fool. So you don't argue with fools, man. That's not virtue. They gonna think both of y'all a damn fool. What I look like arguing with somebody? What I look like arguing with somebody that don't understand this ancient culture. This culture is not your culture. Ain't no African built no mound, and ain't no native built no mound. They don't know the star alignment. They don't know the symbolism for these animals and the stars. They don't know the stories of mythology. They really the Native Americans got mythology stories about our ancient story. They got mythology. They still think that their stuff is real. They still think that the hunter is chasing the bear in the wilderness. That's how I know you're a hunter-gatherer. The hunter is Orion going behind Ursa Major in the sky. That is the hunter chasing the bear. See, that's how you separate hunter-gatherers and civilization bringers. You're going to argue with the same op for your 50 people in your life, bro. You are a hunter-gatherer. You're going to do that shit every day of the year? Just going to wake up and argue with natives and Africans every day for the rest of the year. All this grand knowledge on the ground in America. All this stuff you can teach your people in America. You're just going to wake up and argue with a $5 Indian every day. Why? Because you one of them. Roll the go. That's why you want to do it. You get excitement out of it. Hunter-gatherers like to get riled up and run around and argue, and I don't get no excitement out of that. I get more excitement by teaching my people some information that they didn't know about our ancestry. That's true, right? Because when they go research it, they see that we know the truth now. At least led me in the right direction. You see what I'm saying? I didn't lead you in the wrong direction. And that's not what I'm here for. Roll the coin. I can't do that. Too much knowledge out here. Too many mounds, too many caves, too many sunken cities, too much of our history on the ground, too much real teachings of Haru and all of this other stuff that turned into things across seas. Too much knowledge. When I go through my receipts, bro, I don't know where to start to even do the documentary. I got over 10,000 receipts. I don't even know where to start. I got to do 50 roll of corn volumes to even get the knowledge out. 50 of them just to even scratch the surface of our real ancestors' knowledge, bro. And that's crazy. But that lets me know it's enough teaching on the truth, and to teach the truth in order for me to just making up stuff that come from a YT person about mythology and just give it to you every day. Nah, that's crazy. Too much real knowledge out here to be playing. Roll the corn. Any more comments before I get out of here? Yes, it's nonsense. It's nonsense, man. It is keeping the knowledge in the same gray area of not learning the truth. Because see, let me explain something before I go. It's cool to call yourself an Indian, right? It's cool at this point to call yourself an Indian. But you gotta understand, how did the culture get to that point? You can't just say you a damn Indian. But how did your ancestors get to the point for you to be an American Indian? You gotta understand the ancient culture leading up to the Indian culture. See what I'm saying? See, if you just know the Indian, if you just on here talking, I'm just an Indian, it don't go like that, bro. You got to understand where all of that knowledge came from. You got to understand where all this agriculture of corn and tobacco, cotton with Indians came from. You got to understand it. Because not understanding that, you're still missing out on the big picture. The big picture is, we've been here so long before you were called an Indian. You were an ancient culture building mounds aligned with stars. You got to understand all of that up until you become a descendant of a mound builder, a great people. Know your whole history, not just a piece of it. When the colonizers came, you got to know what was going on before the colonizer got here. And you got to understand what they were teaching and what they were doing and where that knowledge came from, right? So that's what I aim to do. I aim to take you back so far and put your feet so far back on the ground in Timeri, Turtle Island, that you're going to feel it and you're going to understand why it led up to you being a Choctaw or a Creek or a Muskogee or a Chickasaw. You're going to understand where this stuff come from, right? So I love y'all, and I'm in love with you, man. Galil at the gun, roll the corn. We know the truth now, and I'm dropping part 3 coming soon. Y'all have a great day. Stay virtuous, and keep the bad, negative energy out of your area, because we cannot prosper like that. Have a great day. We know the truth now.